All right, everybody. This is the Digital Craft, the radio show. I feel like I should be talking about this in a very exciting voice because this is an intro with intro music. I should talk about being an underground bunker or being amazing or being at the top of Mount Rushmore or Mount something. But really, we're just going to do a quick break in the music, and then we're going to come in with a subtle, poorly looped track. This is going to get us a little more comfortable towards the topics we're talking about, which is computers, internet, websites, graphic design, programming, music. And this is the start of the show and the end of the intro.
Hello, everybody. This is the Digital Craft Radio Show. You probably just heard a little bit of static. That happens. We're here today with Justin, the geek, live speak master, guru of geek.
Guru of geek. I like that.
I didn't plan that intro for you very well.
Yeah, that's all right.
Live with Justin, the geek speak.
The geek speak.
So today we're talking about marketing and farketing and such. One of those words is not a real word.
Ooh, I know which one it is.
Do you think it's such?
It's the and, right?
Is it the ampersand?
Yeah.
I couldn't fit a real and in there. It would not let me. I need to stop putting episode 20 or whatever in there and give myself some more room for random nonsense words.
Yeah, I like your vlogs though, when you're like, all right, this is episode, I don't know, you'll find it, and then you're like, oh, I think it's 22, and then you see the video, it's like 27.
I wondered if anybody caught that. It'd be so easy for me to just look.
I know, right?
But yeah, I don't want to distract from the knowledge. I'm supposed to talk about updates with the Digital Craft. I don't know what updates we have.
Oh man,
Justin's doing good at posting random photos and pictures on the interweb and getting us attention, interactive attention. So that's good. That kind of falls into our marketing speak.
Yeah.
I'm stealing your words. Marketing talk. Still working on the dynamic series. I've promised to have it done in within 2 weeks. I don't remember when I made that promise, so I don't know when 2 weeks is up.
Oh, it was 2010. I'm kidding. I don't know. And you
probably.
hang up on me now.
So, with that said, Justin, do you have any updates with you want to talk about your radio show extravaganza?
Yeah, my radio show Live Speak is it's getting better. It's kind of taken off. I started interviewing instructors from Udemy.com, the Academy of You. It's going good. I don't think I'm actually going to have anyone on the show tomorrow. It's every Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific time, and I have a new instructor that I'm interviewing every week now. Which is really nice. I have the next 4 shows booked out. I have a photographer coming on. I have an author, a motivational speaker, and a YouTube group the YouTube duo that they'll be on the 10th, Jewel Tolentino. She teaches you how to get more views on YouTube. So it's actually a pretty nice interactive show. I just got a phone number for the show so I can have people call in and ask questions to the instructors and whatnot. So yeah, it's going good.
From what I can tell, all you have to do is do what Bucky does, and you get a lot of views.
What's that? Just record everything and then make fun of yourself doing it?
That's the formula.
I guess. You gotta wear really funny glasses sometimes, too.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think he listens to anything we do anyway, so...
Nah, probably not.
We can be safe to... poke fun.
I have nothing against Bucky. I mean, you do what you do. I just feel personally that he may have come from money to begin with. That's the vibe I get from him. But if he did, he did. If he didn't, oh well. he's doing something pretty cool. I mean, I don't really know what he's been up to because I don't follow him, but I hear things.
Yeah. I refer people to him sometimes, as dumb as that sounds. But this is not a competition for me. So
No.
It is for Justin. I mean, he's always talking about wanting to take down.
That's right. I will take him off the internet.
All internet people must go.
That's right. It will be me and Al Gore. That's it.
All your internet does belong to us.
That's right.
Yeah, I think that's our updates.
Fantastic, right?
If anything good came from that.
Nah, I don't know.
I think I'm gonna break the protocol here, and we're gonna get a word from our sponsor, and then come into our first segment where we're gonna talk about Duke Nukem.
Oh yeah, all right.
Because that came up in a conversation earlier when Justin and I were supposed to be working or doing something important, which led me to play Doom 2 for the last 4 hours while watching Trainspotting and Requiem for a Dream.
Ooh, yeah, that'll do it.
Why I decided I needed 2 heroin movies to watch while I killed things. I'm sure there's some psychological issue there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But anyway, here's our first advertisement of the show ever.
Live Speak with Justin the Geek every Sunday at 2 p.m. He's bringing you amazing courses from great instructors on Udemy.com. Lots of tech talk, phone calls, and much more. Live every Sunday of every week. Live Speak with Justin the Geek.
And that was an advertisement. And you'll never guess who it was from.
Ooh, I think I know that one too. Every Sunday, 2:00. That's me.
I figured the talk about marketing would be the perfect time to actually market something.
Yeah, why not?
But so I don't really have a. No, that's a bad way to start this. I don't really have a plan. I have a piece of paper with stuff on it, which is what I usually say, and it's scribble scrabble, and I wrote it like a long time ago, and so it's kind of like reading a doctor's writing. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were having a talk about. I don't know if we were talking about video games or we were actually talking about marketing, but Duke Nukem Forever came up, and I don't know if our listeners are young people who don't want to listen to this old fogey video game stuff, but it's not Call of Duty, it's not Halo. We came from DOS games, but Duke Nukem Forever, like I'm gonna pretend I know the dates, but it seems like it was supposed to come out in like 2003 or something like that, and then it didn't, and then they put another release date out, and it didn't come. And I think they went through about 5 releases, and the problem was they were taking so long that the technology was surpassing them before they could finish the game, and then they realized, damn it, we gotta start over. And by putting release dates on it, sometimes I remember a couple of them said just when it's done, which they kind of stole that from id Software. That was kind of how they did things. But then sometimes they would put a release date on there. So bottom line, got to the point where me personally, I don't even play video games really anymore. Well, obviously today I did, but normally I don't, and I don't even have any interest in playing Duke Nukem Forever. But I was interested in it coming out because I was excited about it 10 years ago when I did play video games. But then talking to Justin today, I thought, well, I should go see if they put one out yet or if it's coming out. And to my surprise, it came out in like 2011. But,
yeah, good marketing. That's what I say.
Right, exactly. So, someone like me who was following it forever and finally gave up, had no idea that it even came out. And I don't think there was any marketing. And anybody who was following it probably dropped off like I did. So that's not good. The other thing, though, we talked about, I was talking about buying it because I figured I could probably get it for cheap, maybe $20. Spend some of that hard-earned PayPal money. But, I went to go look for it, and I clicked on the Amazon link, and said it was like $5 or $4.95. I could get it, and then I realized, well, that's just a DVD. So I clicked on download, and then the price went up to like 19 something, and I decided I didn't want it anymore. And I'm talking from my own experience. I don't know if other people work this way, but I saw $5. And my mind was set on $5 now. I was excited. $5 sounds good, even though I would have been willing to pay $20. But then I realized it's a DVD, so DVD means I got to sit here and wait. If I want to get it by Monday, I'm gonna have to pay some stupid shipping fee, and it's just that didn't seem worth it. So so I clicked on the download, and then when the price went up, I lost my interest because the idea of torrents, which I never use, but that popped in my head. It's like, screw it. Why would I don't know. I don't know how my mind worked on it, but either way, I just decided I don't want it. But I would have had I seen the download first, the $20 first, I wouldn't even seen the $5. So that was a bad idea on their part. Whether that was Amazon, how they had it set up, or whether the Apogee or whoever, I don't know who makes Duke Nukem anymore. It might have changed hands.
Ooh, I don't know.
But either way, I didn't. It's just little things like that. A lot of people don't think about, but those are deterrents.
Well, yeah. I mean, you saw the $5 value first. That's the first thing that came to mind when you saw it, and you're like, oh, perfect. And then you're let down. Mm-hmm. It sucks. That's a bad marketing gig there. And
on the internet in general, people want things immediately.
Oh, absolutely.
We want content immediately. We want to have instant gratification, especially if you're spending money for something.
Yeah, I don't want to, like we talked about, we don't want to wait for shipping.
Exactly.
I don't want to wait 2 weeks to get something on ground mail.
All right. This is an impulse buy. This is me knowing that I've got money in PayPal, and I don't have any of it transferring to my bank, which means that the odds of me having access to that are, it's going to be somewhere midweek next week if I put the transfer in now. And so I had some money to blow, which, on my part, not necessarily a good plan, but that's how a lot of people think.
Right.
So if you're marketing, you need to market to those people that do that. Get those impulse buyers. Take their money from their children. It's okay.
They don't need it.
They don't need to eat.
No.
Not at least maybe once a day.
But that's a good point, though. I mean, because marketing is a huge part of, obviously, of selling your product or your service, and one tiny mistake like that, who knows how many people are like you and went to that site and saw the $5 and then saw the $19 and were like, oh, well, never mind.
Yeah, and you've already got that idea of them dragging the thing out in the back of your mind if you were following it, which I would think you'd have to be following it or to have any interest in it, because it was so long ago. I mean, Duke Nukem 3D came out, I think, I don't know, I could be wrong, but maybe late 90s, early 2000s. So it takes a pretty dedicated person to keep following that over almost a decade to see if it got released. But yeah. Justin, did I lose you? I lost Justin. Skype decided it was going to send me some updates. So you're going to hear some Skype noises for a second while I get Justin back. While I do that, though, I'm going to cut to a music break. This is the band Black Cat Mambo from Fort Wayne, Indiana. They are ska, rockish, something. Shared the stage with these guys quite a bit. And so this song is Rome is Burning, Black Cat Mambo. I'll send the link to their music should you be interested. So we're going to play that now, and I'm going to get Justin back on the line.
followed you through the burning fields and down in the valley, whoa, where every bone and out of my own told me never to go. Cut off all of my hair and the billows wouldn't move. Sold the locks for Pandora's box and headed straight on back to you. You know, Rome, baby is a burning. And your last chance, voodoo dance, just ain't working. But if I was your shipwreck, baby, would you be my sea? Make me pay for the words to say, because I'm the misery. For the storm clouds are gathering, the sky she is red. I still remember every word that you say. Mother Mary, quite contrary, tell me how does your garden grow? With poppy seeds, my love in the breeze, from the seven seas to roam. But Mary, Mary, won't you let me in? You know I'm dying to drink the wine. She said it's cursed, it'll quench out your thirst, never's evil in the vine. But Mary, it's already on my lips, drunk from your tears. But if I was your shipwreck, baby, would you be my sea? Make me pay for the words to say, because I'm the misery. Well, the storm clouds are gathering in the sky, she is red. I still remember every word that you said. And now alone in the hills, whiskey, water, and pills. My baby, she knows it's a pleasure that kills. Love for the board, at least I have been told. She's courageous and loving, exhausted and cold. Well, I followed you through the burning fields and down in the valley, whoa, where every bone and out of my own told me never to go. And I cut off all of my hair and the billows wouldn't move. Sold the box of Pandora's locks and then straight on back to you. But if I was your shipwreck, baby, would you be my sea? Make me pay for the words to say, because of the misery. For the storm clouds are gathering in the sky, she is red. I still remember every word that you say.
You're listening to the Digital Craft Radio Show, hosted by Alan Kwan. Brought to you by thedigitalcraft.com, your web and design gurus.
And that was our fancy intro. We're getting all sorts of fancy here these days. And that song was Rome is Burning by Black Cat Mambo, which I was telling Justin. I've known these guys for a long time and shared the stage with them many times, and I just now realized what their name meant. Black cat fireworks thrown at people's feet, they do the mambo. I get it. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, guys. But
I think it's a good guess, man.
I think so. I think I'm on it. And they may have told me at a show when I was impaired. So maybe I knew it already. Who knows? But I don't do that anymore. Say no to drugs. So, back on marketing. We could talk about how Skype sucks, but
yeah,
we want it to continue to work, so we won't, knock on wood.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that was real wood, but it looks like it, so I think we're okay. Anyway, the next step actually kind of segues into using bands as a reference for bad marketing on the internet, using Facebook. We want to talk about Facebook for a little bit, and some tips on how to use Facebook to your advantage if you're a freelancer, if you own a business, if you work for yourself, which I guess that's kind of freelancer. But It's an amazing tool, especially if you can't have a website, if you can't afford a website, a good one. Facebook is a really good option. And then I'll even say this as someone who made money doing websites, and I wouldn't want to say this as a salesperson, which is why I was never a salesperson. But if you can't afford a good website, don't settle for a mediocre one. Do the Facebook thing first.
Yeah.
Get that thing going, and then later. A website is always good. It's your storefront. It's your business storefront on the web, and it makes you look way more legit. But if you have a really crummy website, it does the opposite. So stick with Facebook. Facebook looks nice, and it's got amazing tools. So, you do look like everybody else, of course, but that's good in this case because at least you know that everything's going to be delivered in a consistent manner and look nice and do what you need it to do. And on top of that, you want to promote yourself well. And I use bands as an example. Maybe not everybody has bands as their friends on Facebook, but I do, and I'm sure Justin does. Mm-hmm. And they're the most notorious of abusing your notifications thing, widget, drop down, whatever it is. I don't pay attention to a single one. I see such and such invited you. Even if it was my own band, if somebody got on there and started spamming me with my own band's crap, I probably wouldn't even read the band name. I just see has invited you to their show at the hole-in-the-wall bar down the street, no cover, and I close it. I don't care. It's annoying. I've got 10 other ones below it, and then if I scrolled further down, I probably got another 10. And I just don't care. And for bands, it's a really cheap way for them to promote, but they got away from doing grassroots stuff, handing out the actual flyers, things like that. And that's something that got more people out to shows. You had a better result with that. It was personal. Granted, back when we would hand out flyers, we go to the mall or go to local spots where we can find either music loving people or girls that look good, which is usually why we went to the mall. But and we just shower them with flyers, and there's a good chance that when you leave the mall, you're going to see a good 50% of them laying out in the parking lot somewhere because they didn't care. But the effort and the personal aspect of it got way better results. And you worked for it. Sitting here and spamming a bunch of people over a couple of seconds of just clicking, invite.
Yeah,
it's not doing much. If anything, it's just irritating people. So don't do it with your business.
Yeah, it's easy to block somebody that a band that sends you stuff every day. It's like, I'm just going to take them off my newsfeed. I don't want to see it or anything from them ever again.
Well, and that's another good point too, because not only might you annoy people, because I don't have the time or patience to go through and block people. Mm-hmm. So I'm just getting annoyed, but there is still a chance that I'm seeing you. But if you do, if these people are getting annoyed and then they're blocking you, well, then you've just totally defeated the whole purpose, and you're wasting time, because I'm pretty sure you can still click on the person to send it to them. They're just not going to see it. So right. You've really lost your audience or potential audience there. And that can translate into business just as easy. You don't necessarily have as many invites or events to promote necessarily. Depending on your business, you might, but posts in general from your Facebook page, not your personal page. That's that too. But if you have a business page set up, an actual Facebook page, those are different from your Facebook account, your main account. People need to understand that too, and we'll do a show or something about that, because a lot of people make that mistake of starting a personal account for their business. It doesn't work very well, and Facebook will shut it down once they figure it out. So, but if you have a correct business page, posting updates in no particular with no strategy, and with the frequency that's annoying, is just as bad as what the bands are doing. People will block you on your wall. All they have to do is click unsubscribe, or I think they changed the terms again, but whatever, they can block you from showing up in their update feed and things like that. So you don't want to lose that ability. Otherwise, the only marketing you can do is when you're sending your link out to people on other sites and things like that, or any grassroots stuff. But you've lost your audience on Facebook, your potential new audience. So they're not seeing your stuff, and then they're also not potentially sharing your stuff if they like it, which is then extending the reach. Which, if you get into your kind of little Facebook insights, I think is what they call it, or
Oh yeah, the insights, the statistics and stuff.
Yeah, I want to call it analytics just because of the Google thing. But yeah, the Facebook Insights, if you watch that, and if you understand it, you can really see what the potential is. And Justin does a really good job on our page with this kind of stuff. I kind of post the general stuff, potentially boring stuff, but just updates and things like that. And Justin's really good at finding interesting things to talk about. And if you do things like that, and you don't, Justin doesn't put 10 of them on in one day, you might still get interest in it, but you flooded your page. It's way better to have one thing that people will see and can interact with rather than a bunch of stuff. Or most importantly, you probably just wasted that other stuff. Those are things you could be posting later.
Exactly. Yeah, if you come up with 10 pictures, don't post 5 to 10 of them. Just use one. Then you got 10 days or 10 weeks worth of stuff. If you if you have a good enough post, it might run a week. I mean, that math one I did a while ago ran for a week. People were constantly answering and commenting and liking on it for almost a week straight. And they were sharing it, and that's what you want to do. You want to get things viral. You don't want to just post pictures of like kittens or, post pictures of your food like you see everywhere else. It's really annoying. You got to find stuff that's, I'm not going to say controversial, but stuff that people can disagree on in a healthy way. Like the math one that I had, it was just a simple math equation, but it appeared that there were 2 answers to it. And so people, one person would say, no, it's this answer. The next person would say, no, it's this answer. And then there's a third person that wasn't even close, that had a different answer. But that kept it interesting and kept it going. And so that's what I do with some of the posts that I put on there. Like the one I did today, it said, balance the likes and the comments if you can. Keep comments and likes. Now you get people that look at it and say, oh, I can do that. I'm going to comment and like it. Keep it balanced. Now that gives you one comment and one like. And they might share it with somebody. So then that brings, it's going to say, so-and-so shared the Digital Crafts page or picture. Then they might click on the Digital Craft and they're back to us now. Mm-hmm. It's a good way to do it.
Yeah, and another thing is being strategic about when you post things. Justin, you're pretty good at it. We're doing something wrong right now. I'm not afraid to admit it. We're not using very good tact. I won't even say we, because it's me, not Justin. But if I wanted this radio show to be listened live anyway, we still get a pretty decent amount of downloads after the fact. But if I wanted people to really listen to this live, I would have had a little more strategy on when I did it, as in before I played Doom for 4 hours. When I told Justin I was going to do the show.
That's right.
Now, granted, we're in a little different of a situation here from like local businesses and things like that, where it's 2:00 in the morning here, but what time is it over there, Justin?
It's 10:40.
All right, so I might have a better chance of getting people on the West Coast listening, but we have a really large overseas following, and they're all asleep. It's tomorrow, not yet, but it's tomorrow here too. But I mean, they're going to be waking up for church. I was going to say work, but church or whatever they do on a Sunday. I sleep, but
yeah,
I'm sure some people are waking up to do something. But so that's important. And I'm willing to call myself out on that. Now, I didn't really care. I wasn't doing this to necessarily get as much attention in the same way that Justin posts his posts. I just wanted to get another radio show out. but it is a good example.
Being consistent with things like that. It's like, I know somebody that does like Gratitude Wednesday. He does. And every week his followers know that there's going to be a new post on Wednesday. It's just, you got to build something up, build anticipation, and then come through with it. That's the formula basically for some of the easiest formula, I should say, for marketing. There's a lot of different stuff, but you just got to basically say you're going to do something and then do it consistently.
Yeah. And it's not really hard. I mean, some people are busy, and I know I get to the point where I'm busy, and it's a lifesaver that Justin's doing things on Facebook and answering some of the messages I miss. And in that event, there's firms out there you can hire to manage your social media for you. Now, it's expensive as all hell, but so you might look at that and think, well, maybe I do have the time to sit down, because it's not really hard. I mean, if you are too busy, then take the other route. But it's really, like Justin said, just consistency. Even if you're just going to make one post every other day, and you're going to do it at 7 a.m. before people go to work.
Yeah, set an alarm. Most people have a cell phone. Set an alarm twice a day.
Yeah, I mean, hell, type it out and leave it open. Go to bed, wake up, hit enter, and go back to bed if you need to. Just do it. Yeah. Because it doesn't need to necessarily be quantity, because quantity a lot of times is too much anyway. But the consistency is good, and it gets you into the habit of doing it, and it gets you in the habit of getting on the page and interacting with people, and checking your messages and things like that. I used to refuse doing business on Facebook when clients, before I was doing the teaching thing, when they would start getting a hold of me on Facebook, I felt like it was an invasion of my personal space. But at this point, since most of my work is strictly internet based and talking over the internet and doing things over the internet, Facebook has turned into a really good tool for managing that. Now, granted, I still have to go and check my email, which I end up not doing as much as I do with Facebook now. It's kind of flipped around the other way around. But it's just important. It's maintenance, but it doesn't have to be hard.
Right.
But on top of that, like we were saying, use tact. You don't have to necessarily post something amazing. The point is to just post something, but not frivolous, not nonsense, because you don't want people to go, oh, okay, these people are just posting nonsense. But it could be something simple, like maybe Adobe put out an update for Photoshop that fixed some bug that everybody's complaining about. Let's post that. And we'll post that at like 7 a.m. when people are getting ready to go to work, because people aren't going to be, some people probably, but not as many people are going to be fixed to their Facebook account, but I bet you they're going to check it. And a quick little blurb like that is important. And even if they read it and go, it doesn't really apply to me, but they read it, it was quick, it was simple, and it wasn't nonsense. The logo's there, our name's there, it's recognition. They leave for work thinking about the digital craft, hopefully.
Yeah.
And then, after work, I mean, I know for a fact I'm going to call my wife out on this one, but she walks in the door, and the first thing she does after yelling at all of us is say we're not cleaning or doing our chores. Yes, I fall in that category. I have chores. To me, they don't exist, but apparently to her they do. But she goes straight to the couch and will sit down and open up her laptop and start dorking around on Facebook. And that could be anywhere from 20 minutes to 2 hours, depending on how involved she gets. And again, just like when I was talking about how I like to spend frivolous money and want instant gratification, and how that's necessarily not great for me. It may not be healthy for someone to sit on the couch and play on Facebook for 2 hours, but they're doing it. So take advantage of it. And not in a negative way. I mean, just take advantage of it. They're there. They're looking for things to do. They're looking for a reason to not put the laptop down, not go do what they probably have to do the dishes or whatever, help with homework, or like they want to be on that computer. But if there's nothing drawing them to it, they're going to close it. And so that's a point when you can post something more important, more detailed, something that people have time to read. And not only that, but if you can make it interesting enough, put some links in there to read further on it and get people moving around and bouncing around, and hopefully back to your site. If you can link the things that are on your site that are good, then you got them going to your site, and then they're going to probably bounce around in there a little bit, and then come back to the Facebook again. And it's getting people enwrapped in your stuff. And again, even if they read it all and it doesn't really apply to them, your name is there, the domain name for your website's there, the logo, all that stuff is put in their mind. And if you can do that on a regular basis, not in an annoying way again, not every hour of every day, but if you can do it when people are ready to listen to it, ready to hear it, they're in the mode to see stuff, do it then. And you're going to get great results. Now, granted, if your business sucks, if you're selling alfalfa hair products, I'm trying to come up with something witty.
It's pretty random. I like it.
If you're in the alfalfa business, you might not get as much attention. Get out. That's not passive income.
No.
But no, seriously, I can't guarantee that what we're talking about is going to work. But run of the mill business, freelancer, whatever you are, band even. Hopefully bands can take from this too. You guys suck. Your music's great, but your promotion sucks. You're annoying, you're irritating, and I'm probably not going to go see you. Part of that's because I'm older and I don't go out as much, but even so, I'm still a market. I'm still a target audience. So if you can actually not annoy me and get me to go to your show, you're doing the right thing. And if you can figure out how to do that, let me know, because I got bands too to promote. But on that note, unless you have anything else to say, Justin, you got anything else fancy?
No, I don't.
What are you good for?
I pretty much just sit here and look pretty, even though we're on radio. I still think I look pretty.
No, we're giving the illusion that you're here, remember?
Oh, I know.
You're using your fancy pants mic. I'm using my fancy pants mic. I think that's the technical term for it.
It is. It's actually that's the technical name for it. I picked it up at
It's the model. The model number 1578 fancy.
Yeah, that
dash
was
pants.
That was the tag number. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, so we're supposed to give the illusion that you're here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, or I'm there, and probably where I'd rather be.
I don't know.
It's like 20 degrees here, Fahrenheit. I don't know what it is Celsius.
It was 50 here today, surprisingly.
Apparently 50 is really, really hot in Celsius. I know that from watching British shows. I'm learning about the UK slowly but surely. I had a really messed up view on what Europe and what Britain and what the UK was. Now I don't. Now I realize some of that is all one and the same. I actually thought Britain was its own country that didn't include Scotland or the UK, whatever. And see, I'm confusing myself already. I thought that was all parted out, though. I didn't realize the UK was actually, and if I would have actually said it, United Kingdom, I would have thought about United States. It is a bunch of stuff, but for some reason I thought UK was just England or something. I don't know. I'm digging a hole I can't get out of here.
Yeah.
Good thing our overseas people are asleep right now, and I can maybe edit this later. But anyway, we're going to cut to another track from the Black Cat Mambo Dancing on Fireworks band from my town of Fort Wayne, Indiana, the Hoosier State. If you don't know that, we're the Hoosiers. I don't remember what that means.
I don't either.
Hopefully it's not negative. We don't like negative here at the Digital Craft.
No.
But which one are we going to do? We're going to do Enemies and the Law. And it's 4:20. That's 4 minutes and 20 seconds. I wonder if that was some clever
tricky
thing. Tricky.
Let's see what they did there.
I do too. I once had a band that they told me they wanted to record a song, and they thought it'd be cool to have it 6 minutes and 66 seconds, and they didn't understand why that isn't possible.
Yeah, right. You're like, I really can't work with you guys because if you don't know that, I'm out of here.
I mean, technically, we could get 66 seconds after 6 minutes, but it's not going to have the visual effect that you're looking for.
Yeah. And for those that are listening that don't realize what we're talking about, there's only 60 seconds in a minute.
Right, and it never hits 60. It only hits 59.
Yeah.
So, again, bands, we're awesome, intelligent people who market poorly. And on that note, Black Hat Mama that doesn't market poorly, they're awesome band. They're perfect.
They are.
This is my new segue into them. Badass band, Black Cat Dance Mambo. Enemies and the Law is the song title. And I guess I should probably hit play.
Yeah.
Well, sing to me, sweet and low, as I softly while I turn to go out on the highway. That's where I do not know. And hey, you miss a matter line. We surely, baby, had us a pretty good time. We drank up every drop of the summer wine. But now the leaves, they are turning gold, and young men, they are turning old. And there are heavy thoughts on your shoulders tonight. And I wish I may, Lord, I wish I might have forever just within my sight. Golden memories of the summer as they fly. Yeah. Said if we don't meet again, I want you to know I was always your friend. I didn't tell you out to your enemies all of the well, I laid my head down to rest. Demons say come home to nest. I want you to know it was your face I saw. Well, listen here, Dr. So near, closer late in the night, the darkness appears. Wraps itself around my naked whispers in my ear. So I invite him down, speak with me about religion, politics, and philosophy. He says, tired of me, there ain't nothing left to believe. I say, brother, you're most likely right, but it makes no difference, you're deep in the night. So play me a sweet melody, oh, let me be. So he pulls out his golden horn to play. We watch the stars slowly fade. Just me in the dark watching the break of day. Said if we don't meet again, I want you to know I was always your friend. I didn't tell you out to your enemies all the well, I laid my head down to rest. The demons say come home to nest. I want you to know it was your face I saw. When that lonesome weather whistle blows, and now it's calling me, baby, straight back home, saying, come on now, or rest your tired bones. When that lonesome weather whistle blows, and now it's calling me, baby, straight back home, saying, come on and rest your tired bones. When that lonesome weather whistle blows, and now it's calling me, baby, straight back home, saying, come on now, rest your tired bones. When that lonesome weather whistle blows, and now it's calling me, baby, straight back home, saying, come
You're listening to the Digital Craft Radio Show, hosted by Alan Kwan. Brought to you by thedigitalcraft.com, your web and design gurus.
And that is that. That was Enemies and the Law by Black Cat Mambo. Best band in the world. After all that negative things I said about bands.
Hands down.
Bands are awesome. Listen to them. I think you can find them.
Music.
Where can you find them? I had their page open. I have tabs and tabs and tabs.
They are everywhere and nowhere.
I think it's reverbnation.com/
That sounds familiar.
Black Cat Mambo. But I'll figure that out by the end of the show. Potentially. Possibly.
Yeah, you will.
This last segment is a free-for-all, which really doesn't make much sense since there's two of us and no callers. So it's really just whatever we want to talk about. But not necessarily whatever we want to talk about, but I wanted to talk more about just marketing, my experiences with marketing. I've made a lot of mistakes, that's for sure. But I've done some clever things, I thought, or at least I think they're clever. But one thing I was mentioning to a student the other day and talking to Justin about, when I owned my last business, probably my most successful, I don't consider any business that I closed successful, but I guess technically it was successful. But I just went a different path. But since I was the business owner, we had about 10 people working for us, some of which were just interns and some of which were employees. So we had a nice sized company. We had an office building. We were pretty legit. But ultimately, the owner, which was me, came to the office in pajamas. I have tattoos and piercings. Hell, I even have long fingernails because I play guitar and I just got used to them. So I'm an interesting looking young man. I think I'm still a young man. But one thing I noticed when I started working with clients on the level of the owner, not just, when you're working by yourself, even if you own your own business and you're just the only person there, you are the owner, the salesperson, the this, the that, and everybody. But once I became the owner, technically I was still the art director and the lead developer. I managed both of my people there, the interns and the employees. And the salesperson, actually the salesperson kind of managed herself. She was awesome. But when I had to go and meet with clients, I learned right away that the image I project, now granted I didn't go meet them in pajamas, unless they showed up at the office unannounced, but which I did keep a change of clothes in my office so I could run in there really quick and shut the door and get into my work mode. But but anyway, the point being, I can't get rid of tattoos. I'm not going to take my piercings out every time I have to go outside. And I'm a jeans and t-shirt kind of guy, clean cut, everything. I'm not dirty and messy, but either way, I'm more of an interesting looking person, an artsy fartsy looking person, or fill in the blank. But I don't necessarily look like somebody who might own a successful business. And whether my business is successful yet or not, I want it to be. So I need to project an image. So I either need to make the decision to cover up my tattoos, take out my piercings, wear a suit and tie, and give off the image that another fellow business owner or whoever I'm talking to might want to see. Or I could take advantage of the fact that I am, in fact, the art director and the lead developer, somebody who would look more like me. So many times, I call this lying without lying because I don't have a good alternative to that yet. But if you can figure out a way to get what you need without actually lying, but not necessarily needing to and divulge the whole truth. I mean, if they ask me if I'm the owner, I'm going to flat out tell them the owner. But many times I would say, if it was a graphic design or a graphic heavy project that I was potentially going to sell here, I would come in and introduce myself as the art director, which I could very well be. And, even though tattoos and piercings are still taboo in the business world, they're not as much when it comes to art-related fields and things like that. Anymore, you might actually prefer seeing somebody who's got art on them, and like in an artsy image. So I would produce that, and then if I was doing a job that was more technical, I would introduce myself as the lead developer, that I manage the development team, or however I wanted to word it, based on the just the overall idea I got from the client, just from talking to them first. So those are things to think about. And again, it's lying without lying. I'm not saying you should go out and just say you're somebody you aren't. But if you can find little areas like that where you can, not necessarily say everything. You don't need to tell everybody everything. You're not going to go in there and tell them how much you make, right? So you're going to keep you're going to keep things from people. So figure out clever ways to keep things from people, and use the stuff that you do have that's appropriate. But that's just one example of things that I did. And I don't know, Justin, we got to say some stuff.
Well, I don't really have a whole lot of history in marketing besides, the digital craft. I've been doing IT stuff forever, but...
Why did I have you on the show today, then?
I don't really know. I have no idea. I think I just honestly have a good knack for marketing and an eye for it.
I just wanted you to talk more than I had to, so I could just sit here and stare at the paper.
Yeah, that's fine with me. I'll just sit and talk all day. I don't care. No, I mean, I have done some marketing and things with graphic design, and I haven't really done a lot for businesses, but I do know that, like, when I lived in a small town in Montana before I moved out here, I worked at a retail computer repair shop, and it was in the mall. And the mall in this small town wasn't very big, but it was right on the highway coming into town. And there's a big sign for the mall, and there's a few signs for what stores are in the mall. Now, I had noticed there wasn't a sign for our computer store out there. So if you're driving by and you look at the sign, you don't know there's a computer store there. But you drive 5 blocks further and you see a computer store. That's the one you're going to go to. So, I pushed my boss to get a sign put up out there. He got a sign put up out there, and that helped a little. And then I drove a white service van down to the courthouse and Wells Fargo and stuff, and it was just plain white. So I told him, put your name and your phone number on the van. It's mobile advertising. Every time I drive it, somebody will see it that doesn't normally know we're here.
And was that a nice looking van? Was it a nice newer van, or at least not rusty?
It wasn't rusty, but it was an older, one of those square, boxy, small vans. It wasn't even a big van. It was just a little small one for service.
Was it good enough that putting a logo on it wouldn't associate it with the fact that the van looked like garbage?
Yeah, it looked definitely like it was made to have an advertisement on it.
Perfect.
But it wasn't like all rotted and crappy. That was the nice thing about it. But little things like that got us a little bit more attention. Having not done that, I don't know how much service we would have lost or how many clients we would have lost. But what I've basically learned with marketing is you have to think like people don't know you exist, and most of the time they don't. Like the computer store, no one knew that we were in the mall. Just some people, and it was mainly by word of mouth. So by putting the advertisement on the van and putting the sign out, it made people know, hey, we are here. Come to our store. We have great prices, blah, blah, blah. You have to do that too when you're marketing on Facebook. People don't know who you are. You have to do something intriguing. You have to make them want to come to your page. Facebook's getting harder and harder to market on. It's just everybody's throwing crap up there all the time. Every thought they have, goes a post on Facebook into your news feed. It's like, Justin's tying his shoes. There's a new post every 5 seconds about something. So it is hard to break through there, but you just got to get at it and be consistent with your marketing stuff.
And that's a good point too, because you're not just competing with our example of bands that flood it with garbage, but you're also and not even just business that may make obscene amounts of posts that annoy you to crap, but you've got all the regular people on there who are doing updates about their shoes, or my wife posting pictures of our dogs every night. You'll never see a photo of me, by the way, or our kids, just the dogs. But you know what I mean? Like we have to compete with them, and all 500 of their friends that they probably only know 20 of.
Yeah.
Are posting garbage, and you gotta be able to squeeze in there. And I know, this is something maybe to challenge yourself with, but start paying attention to your news feed a little more, and find the ones that you actually pick out with your eyes, because you got tons of them, and which ones stand out. And that's
why?
a good way. Yeah, exactly. And that's a good way to look at it and see, what are they doing that makes me want to look at them and remember their name, or remember what they said, or even hopefully click on it.
Yeah, and you don't have to just copy it exactly. Try and put your own spin on it. Try and make it, available for you, for your company or business or band or whatever.
And then on the same token, once you've figured that out, look at all the other ones visible on the screen at the moment, and see what they're doing that made you not care. Was it
Good
just
point.
people that were posting random crap that you always ignore? Was it bands? Was it businesses? What was it that was, guiding you? Because honestly, that's another point too. If you are one of those people that are doing things wrong, all you're doing is guiding people's eyes down or up to other people's stuff. Because
very true.
Yeah, they're totally ignoring yours, and their eyes are going somewhere else. So you're not only losing them to you, but you're losing them to somebody else potentially. So don't do that.
Don't do that. I will hurt you.
Reading my piece of paper that has stuff on it that I can't read.
Well, while you're reading that, I was thinking we were talking about the Facebook marketing and being consistent. I just want to recap that it is very possible to do things on Facebook, even if you're, pretty busy. Now, I know a lot of people like Alan and myself, we have about 50 irons in the fire, and it does get really difficult to even, wipe your nose. But
And warm.
Yeah. But, you got to make time for it. If that's something that you want as a goal, which you should be making in your business or whatever, you should be setting these goals. It's like, I want, 500 likes, or I want to make 30 posts by the end of the month. You got to make that a goal and go for it. Otherwise, what's the point?
Totally. And then we've got a challenge that we've been trying to combat, and we're getting it down better. But we've got, I think, again, this is something I could just pull up and look at, but I'm going to guess. I think we have around 8,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. But we don't do updates and things like that on YouTube. We do all that on Facebook, where it's better suited.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of hard to even navigate to the place where you post comments on your page and things that are on your channel and stuff, and people don't necessarily even go to that, I don't think. I always forget that people actually comment on our channel itself, and I miss hundreds of them sometimes because I'm already busy checking we get anywhere from 20 to 30 new comments just on our videos a day.
Yeah.
That I've got to go through, and I have to pick which ones I can get to and answer quickly, and try and remember the ones that I didn't and I want to get to and all that. And by the time that's over, I don't even think about checking the channel. But we only have, so we have 8,000 roughly, give or take, on YouTube. But on Facebook we have, again, I don't even have that up. What do we have? We have like 500 and, have we broke 30?
Like 532 or something.
Have we? Awesome. So we're, I think if I've been paying attention right, we're getting a good anywhere from 5 to 10 people coming a day over to Facebook now. But we're still substantially behind as far as who we have following us on YouTube, which YouTube is our main draw, of course. People, we want people to come to our Facebook page to see news and things like that, and if we post a new video, but ultimately we want them on YouTube, or YouTube is where all the content is. So we really need them. We need to get them over, and so that's been a challenge. But we were stuck at like 100 for a long time, and we were not getting people over there. So 500 plus is a good amount to be working with now, because we're getting a reach. We're getting people interacting and things like that, and sending us messages and comments and all that. So that's good. We're on the right track. But so even we have to come up with strategies to try and get more people to come to the Facebook page and our website. But the website gets substantially more attention than the Facebook page. So that's kind of in the middle of the YouTube page. But we also don't have a lot of news or anything like that on the website. It's more of a FAQ and how to book private sessions with us and things like that, which we do offer private lessons. Mm-hmm. I don't have a cool advertisement for that yet. So that was my advertisement voice. Yeah, I'm good at the improv.
That was nice, yes.
Yeah, thank you. So anyway, but that's another thing to think about. We're past the hour mark, which I really don't have a time limit necessarily that I've ever reached, but I imagine people don't want to listen to me, maybe Justin, for more than 60 minutes, but yeah, maybe we can get to 666 minutes.
Maybe if we try really hard and hold our breath.
Maybe seconds too.
Yeah.
But yeah, on that note, we're going to listen to the Black Cat Mambo, best band in the world. Not one of those people that spams our pages. Well, they might. I wouldn't know. I don't pay attention. And that is the
best intro ever.
But anyways, I like these guys. These guys are really cool, nice guys, fun to share a stage with. And as soon as I can find my mouse, which I think it's on another computer at the moment, where did it go? Maybe we'll talk about synergy sometime and how cool it is.
Yeah.
When you don't lose your mouse. Seriously, Justin, oh, there it is. All right.
I didn't take it.
It's on your computer.
Asking me, like.
Ooh, can you do that,
Justin?
Can we do that over the internet?
Yeah.
Is there a way that I can actually run my mouse into your computer?
Yeah, actually, you want to know something that's really funny? There's an app on the iPhone called Jumi Mouse, Jumi.
Jumi?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait, no, I read that. All right, yeah. All right.
Yeah. Stay with me. No, I mean, you can set it up. You set up the software on your computer, and then, you run your mouse from your iPhone. Well, I set it up on a friend's computer in Montana before I moved out here, and I was able to still connect to it from here.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I actually have no reason to run my mouse into your computer that I can't see, but...
No, it would just freak me out, though.
I would like it to be possible. Yeah, I'd love to be able to just kind of go in there and start doing stuff blindly.
Yeah.
Open up things that you don't want opened up for people to see.
I can only imagine.
Stuff. But yeah, anyway, there was a band we were going to play.
Yeah, best band ever.
Yes. And this time I'm going to introduce it with... that's the wrong song. We are really not doing well here, Justin. I'm blaming you.
Yeah, blame me all you want.
Let's blame Skype. Let's blame Microsoft for it. Oh, no, I usually say something negative about Windows 8. And this time I have something positive to say about it.
Ah, man, I might have to balance you off by saying something negative. Go ahead.
All right. No, and I have the touchscreen computer that I've commented on how I do like I like Windows 8 on the touchscreen computer, but I've been thoroughly irritated that the start menu sucks. But on a regular computer, it's really irritating. I mean, I have a new laptop and it's not touchscreen, and yet I still want to put my fingers on it. When that start menu comes up, I want to scroll it and swipe it and flip it.
I want to scroll it and touch it and fondle it. That's not creepy.
Mm-hmm, not at all. But after I got over that, what I realized is, and actually this is something that irritated me too, is when I set up Windows 8 on that touchscreen, it was asking me for my Windows Live ID.
Oh, yeah.
Which I apparently had one, and I didn't even realize it, so that was nice. I didn't have to go set one up, but I thought that was irritating. I'd rather just do it the old way, where you just have an account on your computer, which apparently you can do on there, but they don't make that very obvious to you.
No.
Which is actually good marketing on their part. They want you to get a live ID, but what I realized is when I got this laptop with Windows 8 on it, and I typed in my Windows Live ID, all of a sudden the wallpaper from my touchscreen came up. and a lot of the settings from my appearance-wise and just interface-wise showed up on my laptop without me having to change anything. And I thought that was kind of neat. That made me appreciate the idea of using your live ID to log in, to be able to kind of keep things consistent on your machines, and I think that's kind of cool.
Oh man, that's so nice. 'Cause in this networking business, with computer networking, you actually have to do what's called I'm drawing a blank right now. Roaming profiles. So I would set up an account for myself, and every time I would log into a computer, I'm technically logging into the server and not my computer I'm typing on. So that's pretty nice that Windows 8 does that.
Yeah, I've yet to figure out all the things that it brings over, but I was definitely, obviously I didn't even realize it at first. I was just messing around on it, and all of a sudden I realized, wait, when did I put that background up? And I started realizing, oh man, that has something to do with that Windows Live ID, because I went and I changed the background to something else. I like the landscapes. I like the landscapes that go on forever, and I can look at it and I feel like I'm not at my desk, which makes me not work, but it makes me feel like I'm in a cool landscape. But anyway, so I switched it to that, and then all of a sudden I look over on my touchscreen behind me, and all of a sudden I'm seeing landscapes over there too. So that's interesting. So now what are you going to bash about it?
Just the typical start menu, the live accounts, having to use all of Microsoft's software. No, it's not bad. I mean, it's really hard to get used to the tiles in the Metro user interface or Metro UI. It's a little strange getting used to it because I'm an old Windows guy, and I like my start menu and my run commands, and they're not there. You can get third-party software and download a start menu, which is somewhat decent, but I think it's like $5 for the best one that's out there.
And I look at that as like, if somebody can go out and make one of those that fast, why didn't Windows just keep it?
Oh no! See, I think that whoever makes the one, they are I don't even know what the right word is, but I'm going to use cahoots.
Oh, I was going to tell you that.
Cahoots they're in cahoots with Microsoft, because I'm pretty sure that was a plan to move. Be like, we're going to take out. If I had a business like that, I wanted to make a friend of mine rich, I'd say, hey, we're going to take out one of our most popular things. You create the software to put it back and sell it. You know what I mean? So I think that was all planned.
When I look at it, I think Microsoft is actually onto something, even though they're irritating the hell out of us.
They always do.
They know what they're doing. I can see some pitfalls they're going to hit soon here with the apps in general. It's confusing. You have your regular software, and then you have your, quote, apps.
That's what I was going to say. Have you tried the App Store or whatever on there?
Yeah, and actually, it locks up on me a lot of times, so I've just given up on it.
Yeah.
But the fact is that, BlackBerry's out, and some of these other devices are out, but Android and iPhones or iOS is still huge, and it's going to be around for a while. Mm-hmm. And it's been around to the point where the whole concept of the smartphone, the whole touchscreen interface, all that is pretty solid. And I don't think it's going to change very, very soon. Even Windows, the whole tile Metro interface on their phones and mobile devices is pretty nice with the touch. But it still follows the same kind of feel that Apple came out with, and that Android sticks with their icons on their home screens and stuff. So I don't see that straying anywhere anytime soon. And the whole idea of apps are not going away anytime soon. But if you have an Android device, a tablet and a phone, or just a phone or a tablet, whatever, and especially if you have both, if you have an Apple device as well, you've already bought a ton of apps, and you're probably pretty comfortable with it. You get to a point where you kind of level off, and you found all the neat things that you want, and you might go back in and look a little bit later down the road to find some new ones. But you've got a nice bank of apps that you like. They're useful. Well, some of them, or they're distracting, like Angry Birds. But Microsoft came into this way late, and I don't see people really wanting to go out and buy the same app that they already have for their Android, they already have for their iPad. Do they really want to buy a third one for the Microsoft devices?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Exactly. But on that note, what they're doing, at least this is my theory, and I'm pretty sure it's probably correct, but they know that the whole idea of the personal computer, the consumer computer, is going to change very soon. And even this laptop I bought, though new and quite speedy and nice and light, is going to be old news here in the next year or two. Everything's going to be touchscreen. If you've seen I think it's the Sony all-in-one computers that they market that you can kind of just pick up. They have a battery life and everything. So it's a nice 20 or so inch monitor that's touchscreen, and you can just pick it up and move it from your office down to your computer, your little workstation downstairs in the family room, or you know what I mean? Like you can take this portable computer, which my touchscreen's great, but there's many times that I wish I could just pick it up and move it. That'd be great, but it's plugged in. It doesn't have a battery or anything like that. So that, along with the tablets they're putting out and the tablets that everybody are getting used to, you can attach a keyboard and a mouse to a tablet now, or a mouse. Well, if you're on Android and Windows, but not on Apple yet. But so I know where they're going with it. They're trying to get people used to this new way of doing things, and that makes sense. But the app thing, I think, is a pitfall that they're going to have to overcome and figure out a way to keep people interested in, especially since the Windows RT on the lower priced Surface tablets that most people are probably buying. A lot of people are probably buying with the false notion that they can actually install software under like Adobe, Photoshop and things like that. Yeah. You cannot. You can only install apps. So I just see that being a hurdle they're going to have to get over.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I will give it to them that Windows 8 is ridiculously fast, but it runs on a completely different format than Windows 7 or previous versions. It doesn't have like a startup or a boot sector in the hard drive. They use what's called a UEFI, which is basically a giant script that runs from the very start of your computer. So it's really fast. It's unbelievably fast compared to Windows 7, and the specs for it, the minimum specifications to run it, are you can run it on an old Pentium 4 computer.
Really?
Yeah, with 512 megs of RAM, I believe.
You mean I can go back in my other room here and get my Tower of Towers out and start turning them into computers again?
Yeah, probably. I don't know if you'll find drivers for it, but it'll run.
True. Does that mean I can sell these to people?
Yeah, if you want to pay for Windows.
That's ultimately why I think I have them still.
That's one thing that Windows needs to get working on, is their price too, because like with Macintosh or Apple, their updates or their new OS updates are like $40. To go up from like Leopard to Snow Lion or whatever, it's like $40.
Yeah, I was really amazed when I got my Mac last year that I could upgrade to the next operating system for like $30.
Mm-hmm. And they test it and test it and test it, and then they release it. You don't get, Apple updates running every Tuesday. I looked at my updates on Windows 7 on this computer I was setting up the other day, and I just, for fun, not really fun, but I was bored. I just went to look at the description of like 10 of the updates, and all of them said security update, security update, security update, security hole, security hole, security hole. It's like you can't do that before you put Windows 7 out. So
right. Constant
holes in security, it's just a pain. But
now I will note, if you want to upgrade from Windows 7 to Windows 8 right now, or at least I don't know if this quote special is still around, but you can do it for $38.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're going to stick to that.
They should.
Or if it's just a ploy to get people to go to it. Probably after they realized that people were bitching so much about the interface changing.
Yeah.
They probably needed to do that. But you're right, though. They need to, in order to compete with Apple, because Apple's really moving up in the consumer market. Not everybody has the money to pay for one. That $300 e-machines at Walmart is still way more attractive to the average consumer than a $1,000 plus Apple laptop or computer.
Oh,
their monitors are like $999. They're beautiful. They would put all this wall of monitors I have to shame because they're just bright and crisp and amazing. But yeah. But even with that said, though, a lot of people are gravitating towards. I was just talking to Virginia's brother today, and he saw that I had a Mac sitting up there, not plugged in and just collecting dust, which is how I prefer it. But he's like, well, "Let me have that," And I'm like, "Well, no, I need it." because Apple likes to make you need it. I need it to make iOS apps. If I want to make and put one out on the App Store, I have to have a Mac. But so that's why it stays unplugged, because I don't even do that. But if I want to, I have to know that I have it. But anyway, he's all excited about it. Oh, I really want a Mac. And I'm like, really? He's not putting him down. He's a regular average Joe computer user. And so you're finding people striving to get a Mac, and I think it has a lot to do with the iPad and all that being nice and slick or sleek and easy to use. So I don't know. We have successfully talked about Windows again for like 20 minutes.
Go to the song, to the band. Somebody.
Black Hat Mambo. One shot. Badass band. Apparently it says various artists. I must not have filled that thing in right. But anyway, Black Hat Mambo. One shot. I think it's reverbnation.com/Black Hat Mambo. I could be wrong, but I'll post the right one on the page. Yada, 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 yada. And here's... Okay, we're going to the awesome information about me plug thing and then playing the music. So,
okay.
Good night, everybody.
You're listening to the Digital Craft Radio Show, hosted by Alan Kwan. Brought to you by thedigitalcraft.com, your web and design guru.
Hesitate, cause I ain't the kind of man that ever likes to wait. Shaking in your socks, your knees gone, and I got it on lock. And love me tonight. In the morning, I'll be gone. Be gone. Yes, you better love me tonight. In the morning, I'll be gone. I'll be gone. Yes, I will be gone. No, yeah. In the night that's hot, and then the Jones and in my ball to take me straight to the spot where we're grinding and we're groping for what the other's hot. Cause if we don't stop, I said the beat don't drop it. Lovely lady, let your heart down for me. Here I'm the man with the magic hand, gonna set you free. And love me tonight, cause in the morning I'll be gone. I'll be gone. Yes, you better love me tonight. shot ain't ever enough. By 3 shots, you know I'm bulletproof and tough. Smoking and a drinking is my game. Black cat mama, best remember the name. And you're the log on me down right now, but soon enough I'm coming up. Well, I'm coming on up. And then I'm coming on up. But you better love me tonight. Love me. Love me. Love town. One time, right now.
You're listening to the Digital Craft Radio Show, hosted by Alan Quant. Brought to you by thedigitalcraft.com, your web and design gurus.